Welcome, welcome, COH fans and game replays, Modern Combat mod fans and Black Sand Studios. It's time to bring you guys the games you've been waiting for since Sunday. We promised to bring you the finals of the Modern Combat Mod Tournament 2 last Sunday, but you know what? We just couldn't manage it. You know why we couldn't manage it? It was because the finals didn't finish until about midnight after we'd ended the broadcast. These games are something epic. These games are like you have never seen before in Modern Combat, and I'm sure they will outclass everything that we saw on Sunday. This is, of course, the Frontline Network bringing you these games. Welcome, FatalSaint. What's up, Fatal?
What's up, Tommy? And this time around we finally had the finals in hand, or hard drive, I'm not sure.
It always helps that you actually have the replays before we start, not that we're waiting on them while they're happening, because this is the problem we had last time. But now we have the replays, and we're all here, we're all ready, getting into the zone. We're about to bring you these finals in glorious 1080p. Hope it does work for the majority of you this time. I know that you guys had some issues with lag last time. This was Twitch's problem, and I found out afterwards, a little birdie told me that the London primary server, which was the one I was uploading to, apparently isn't the most reliable of servers, but I've now switched that server, so hopefully the lag issue will go away and you can all enjoy wonderful 1080p. If there are any issues when we get into the game, then please do let me know in the chat, and I'll switch it after the game. But now, I think we have spent enough time talking, and I think it's about time that we got in to our very first game of this Modern Combat Grand Finale, where Sandland, the previous winner of the last Modern Combat tournament, goes up against newcomer Jim, COH, certified COH game replays expert. He is going to be bringing us some awesome stuff, I do believe. I played him in a few practice games, and damn, he was actually pretty good. He beat me. So, well, I'm rooting for anyone really, but I suppose I better root for Sandland, as he is my clanmate. It would probably make more sense. Probably make more sense if I could get up the overlay. There we go. So, what about you, Fatal? Are you ready to jump into this Modern Combat Game 1 final?
I am so stoked for this. Sandland, we have to mention, is completely, I do believe, in both tournaments, unbeaten.
Yeah, he...
Is Jim gonna rob him of that little crown on top of his head by beating him in the finals of this Modern Combat tourney number 2 1v1 tournament?
Only time will tell, as they say. I'm not sure if Firesparks said in the chat, but these finals went on for something like 2.5 hours, and this is a best of 3. So, you can do the numbers, but yeah. So, I'm really looking forward to this. So, Fatal, are you going to be watching Jim this game?
I am indeed following Jim in the south as the PLA, and we do have Sandland in the north as the Americans.
Alright, well, without much further ado, let's get into this. At the 5-second mark, we're going to be unpausing in 3, 2, 1, unpause. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And they're off with the engineers.
And before we get into anything, Jim is doing, you know, a fairly standard 2-engineer start. I'm not sure about Sandland, but also I want to mention that if you cannot catch these live, or if you have to go away, have through the cast, etc., it's going to be on our YouTube channels, completely all episodes, all 3 of these matches, best of 3. If it goes to 3, you never know, maybe Sandland steamrolls everything as he has done in the previous tournaments, and in this tournament as well.
Yeah, www.youtube.com/the Frontline Network. That's our YouTube channel. It's on the splash screen. It's on the overlay. It's fucking everywhere. You cannot miss it.
Blatant product placement. Alas, you have never seen it before. We are worse than Cola, Pepsi, and everything combined.
Fuck yeah, because we know where your eyes look. We've done scientific research. We know you look at that corner. It's nice and red.
Ooh.
Neighbor soldier.
Did a nice oh yeah, Neighbor Soldier's artwork is very, very awesome. He did the YouTube background, and he did all the overlays, and We do have ATMP first out for Rom Jim constructing capping power with that little annoying car. Oh,
Yeah.
there's actually some water on that, isn't there? Oh, I hope that thing goes over the water. I want to see if it's like amphibious, and I hope he builds the amphibious fighting vehicle as well and goes over the little water there.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Any more sea. But there's not much water to talk about, but there's a little bit.
Now, I've been talking to Darkblade a little bit about the ATMP because, as we said last time, it can't push. So most people automatically just say, fuck it. You know, they can't push. Fuck it. You know, that's what we like using the bike and Jeep for. But actually, it does deal with a pretty crucial weakness of the PLA, is that they do cap pretty damn slowly. And the gun on the front, you can actually have one of those. You can have an ATMP paired up with one of these Pioneer dudes, engineers, and they will beat a combat engineer. And that might not sound like much, but you have to remember these combat engineers cost 220 manpower, so they're not cheap. And I think the PLA guys only cost 180.
Yeah, also you can also reinforce very easily with the ATMP because it's so speedy, as you know, you can reinforce with a Jeep and bike and Deco. So
Yeah,
you gotta use it like that. You gotta pair it up, you know, switch back left and right on the battlefield and just basically reinforce whatever you're fighting with other units.
And we had a rifleman
So we
out
have an
first from
engagement.
Sandland. Yeah, engaging this
Yeah,
ATMP.
rifle versus ATMP is not a good matchup for the ATMP and needs to get the hell out of dodge, which he is doing. He's got the MG set up, nice covering though, but with the green cover from the stone wall there, the rifleman is not going to get suppressed in quite a while. If you get all of them behind cover, the riflemen, the American riflemen, are very resilient to suppression.
They're very tough, and actually, I mean, just the fact that they're a very early game unit that really does excel at long range and has a lot of health and a lot of toughness. They can be very hard to crack. And I know Sandland, what we saw in the previous tournament, he did a bit of a rifleman spam, and he's gone for a 2 rifleman start, but now he's going to be getting himself a Humvee. Third out.
Oh yeah, I'm liking this. As we saw in the semis, there's been quite a few Humvees, not just rifle spam or, you know, 3 rifles and MG or something. There's always a Humvee in the mix somewhere, and I really love that vehicle. It's so awesome.
It is
model
awesome.
is
Yeah,
so
the model is incredible. It's one of the first things that the guys at Blackstone Studios advertised about the game was the model of the Humvee with that thing driving down a road. And when I saw that, I thought, wow, you know, these guys are really serious about this mod. But this thing is a good chaser of the ATMP. ATMP now damaged engine, very low health now. Could be in danger.
Oh, he needs
here.
to charge with the militia very quickly. Oh, he's gonna try block maybe? No, he just got stuck on it.
I don't think you can actually block with it. I think it's got the old Ketten bug of
yeah,
2.601. It gets
It
pushed.
just backs away. No, don't drive over me! I'm just in this shitty vehicle. I don't even have windows.
Hey, he's probably not as depressed as the Ketten driver though. Ketten driver, he always looks so glum. He's like, I have no gun. I'm in a tiny little car. I get one shot
I
by
have a
M10s.
knife under my seat, bitch.
And a Luger behind the steering wheel. Don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
It's only got one bullet, but
As we can see in the early game here, there's one MG. ATMP was first out from Jim's barracks, and he also has 2 militia out. Just the second militia actually popped just as soon as the Humvee popped, basically instantly. So, you know, you have the 4 combat units if you do this certain build order with PLA over the Americans' 3 combats. And he's using the militia very strongly here as forces Sandland to retreat his rifles instantly, because exactly what I was talking about when we did the semis, you need to engage with the militia in close quarters, and you need to run around some form of shot blocker, hedgerow, building, whatever works really, to get into close combat so you don't take fire while going into close combat.
yeah, that was a
He's
nice
going
little
to surround
engagement
these in the
there.
building as well.
This
Sandland
building
is
is actually very
completely
tough.
outgunned.
I've always been trying to garrison this building, so I know how tough it is.
Yeah, it's a stone building. And we also need to mention that most of the models, like the building models, especially on these custom maps, are also custom models. They're not in the COH engine from starters, so you can't map with these buildings, because they were basically made from scratch.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking awesome, and some of the stuff that we didn't get to see last time, like we didn't get to see the Tau missile upgrade on the Bradley, which I really hope we get to see in the finals here, because that is one of the coolest animations in this mod. But anyway, I digress. The ATMP and Humvee were having a bit of a shootout there. Both vehicles have 1 kill, and both vehicles are pretty good at chasing down the other. And I think Sandland has very quickly upgraded the Humvee. You'll see the gunner is now no longer there, and instead you've got a sort of a self-firing 50 cal up top there, which is very, very powerful. And actually, if Jim isn't careful, he could lose these engineers. Very low health as they cap that point. But no, the Humvee's forced to back away. Militia, you know, 2 squads of militia are more than a match for a Humvee, even when it's upgunned like that.
Oh yeah, indeed. Especially if the Humvee gets caught in close quarters with 2 militia squad and they focus fire, the health goes down really quickly on the Humvee and it dies extremely fast actually. You need to really keep kiting with it, just like the Jeep in Vico.
Yeah, very much so. Shotguns
Shotgun
now.
on the combat engineers, yeah.
I see these guys waiting. Remington 870s, I believe. I think.
Yeah, we do have tier 2 up for Sandland in the base, as well as the support structure tier 2 for Jim in his base. So very quick teching at around 6 minutes into the game.
Yeah, this is interesting actually. Normally we saw quite big investments.
The sniper is gonna get decloaked by the shotgun in close quarters. He's gonna go down very quickly. He's trying to focus fire. I do believe he's gonna run in. The militia retreats as well.
Oh, ATMP goes down to the shotguns there. A couple of long-range hits.
Mine. I was fairly lucky for Sandland. If Humvee would have gone in ahead with,
wait,
you
what
know,
the hell?
50% health.
Why didn't that Humvee detonate the mine?
The mine is unbuilt. It's unbuilt.
Oh,
it's
okay.
unbuilt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, I
have
heard
the building bar. He just cancelled it now as well.
Yeah.
It was unbuilt.
No, that's a shame. He could have killed that Humvee if it was finished building. But
nice engagement for Sandland, actually forcing the PLA off a little bit on the right side. But it's very quickly to reinforce with militia because the reinforce cost is so low. You can get back onto the field fairly quickly, compared to the riflemen, which are fairly expensive, but more durable. But still.
Yeah, looks like Jim's playing the safe wave with a big tier 1 followed by tier 2. Getting the tank hunters first, which is going to be useful. Maybe it's like Humvee Rage. I mean, the Humvee does have 4 kills now, and it is upgunned, so, you know, it is worth something to kill it. Vehicle now out from Sandland. We have the Striker infantry carrier now upgrading to a Striker support, fire support vehicle. You can see upgrading there at the bottom of my screen. That's going to make it a potent anti-infantry weapon. I mean, the Top Gunner alone is pretty damn good, but once it gets the upgun, it turns into a real sort of Puma killing machine.
Yeah, and something else we also have to mention, I do believe that the PLA sniper has an option to actually kill the gunners on vehicles, but I don't think that he can't obviously kill the mounted guns.
No,
because they don't have a gunner.
Yeah, but yeah, he can kill the gunners when there's actually a guy sitting inside. And I remember, was it you and me that were playing a practice game?
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It was me.
I ended up running around with
the shit.
Yeah, I ended up running around with my half tracks like all the game, thinking, wait a second, there's no gunner on that gun. The fuck is going on here? And it was like, yeah, I mean, the way you get out of it, you just get a Pioneer to repair like 1% of damage. But it's pretty funny though. If you don't have any Pioneers nearby on hand, it's like, oh, I have no gun on my half track anymore.
Sandland has opted to go for a mortar half track, which might not be a bad idea considering Jim is playing very heavily on this
He's
right
really
side
camping
right
here, isn't he? I mean, this little opening.
Oh, huge around takes out.
Humvee is rushing the sniper here.
There's the Humvee. He's gonna go.
He knows where the sniper is. He had the unit sniped icon. Oh wow, the sniper's surely gonna go down here.
He's gonna give chase. The gunner is actually aiming at it. Oh, he misses the full burst.
That's
There's
unlucky.
some flamers and engineers trying to save his sniper. He's gonna run into
all
the
the way into the base.
So low health.
No.
The Hawk actually goes down.
Wow, I
That
didn't
was
see that one
very
coming.
lucky.
I thought that sniper was surely gonna be toast.
I was completely sure he was gonna die because he had such a long run back to base and a humble pursuit the whole entire game. I'm not sure.
That was incredible. We should probably just mention that this is, if you haven't realised already, which hopefully you have, because this map has featured quite heavily in custom map tournaments and in you know proper GR tournaments of late. This is Bois de Chalet. Comes under a different name in Modern Combat, but this is essentially Bois de Chalet. I forget what the updated name for Modern Combat is. Something Chinese, but. Yeah, it's a cool map. And actually, if you check out where the +10 fuels are, there are these 2 little +10s. The one that Jim's been camping around all this game is the one over on this right side. And then there's another one over there on the far left. So both are nice and easily accessible, both are nice and easily cut off as well. So it's a very nicely designed map in that regard.
Yeah, it all looks very, very good.
Sandland beginning to apply the VP pressure now. Got Jim triple capped and actually capping quite a big chunk of the map as well. He's taken Jim's +10 fuel. That's really going to stall his teching, although he probably doesn't mind too much as he's sticking No, he's taken all the way to tier 3. Armor Workshop is now out. That's tier 4
The
actually.
tier 4, yeah.
That's
so
tier
it's
4 building.
tier 3.
And that means that we
Oh,
could be
no
seeing
amphibious fighting.
no amphibious fighting vehicles, and they're awesome. Those tier 3 things, the ZB, oh yeah, Puma. I'm just gonna call it the Puma. That's what I said. That's what I said on Sunday. It's the Puma. It's like a Puma.
CBD 05, is it? Maybe one of the
It's many more numbers than that. But yeah, no, that armor workshop, that could be producing main battle tanks in very short space of time. And oh my god, look at all the mines. There's 4 mines, 2 from each player.
Yeah, they were planting mines in the same place basically, but none of them were actually gonna, oh, Attack Hunter's gonna hit one.
Oh, nasty.
Oh,
Yeah, now the rifles can run
fair
in.
amount chunk of life on the militia from that mine detonation as well.
Militia is they're so low health. It's and that rifle now.
Oh, we do have the grenade launch on the rifle net. Yeah, I love that rifle grenade upgrade. It's really potent against militia because they have so low health and so many men. And that is some form of smoke.
Smoke
Is
from the striker smoke. Yeah, there's actually no. It's a smoke grenade. It's
oh,
a smoke
it's a
grenade.
mine. Infantry. As you saw, we mentioned when we catted before. There's different types of mine, and that was an infantry mine. So the strike minimal damage, no damage ending or anything. So if you were wondering why it didn't blow the hell up.
Oh yeah, it hit that mine. Yeah. No, I was just looking. I think that was a smoke grenade. I think one of the devs will have to confirm in the chat. But I think that was a smoke grenade, and that looked pretty fucking cool actually. There's a lot of smoke. It's very deep, volumetric smoke. I think they call it in the industry. RPGs garrisoning the bunker there, got off one shot against Striker, did pretty minimal damage, and now, wow, Sandland's got 5 kills in that mortar, and he's just raining in on Jim's base.
Yeah, Jim is very caught in his base with only 3 sectors at the moment, and Sandland is still progressing and capturing the 5 fuel outside of Jim's base at the moment. Jim is trying to, you know, make a 2-fold attack, but Sandland is having a 2-fold defense as well. So 2 fronts, both the left and the top of the map, are protected by Sandland, and Jim is trying to break both sides at the same time. I'm not sure if it's better for Jim to maybe, you know, at least try to flush him out from one of the 2 to regain territory, because it
yeah, I think that's exactly what he should be doing. This is my understanding of the Vico meta sort of taking over. Maybe it's a little different in Modern Combat, and I just don't fully understand it. But he probably should just, you know, pick a side, probably decide where he can access his fuel quite easily, and then just send everything there. Because Sandland's spread out. If he spreads out as well, then he's just going to lose units.
Yeah, Sandland does have the strike, which is quite fairly quick to react. But still, it's just going to be 1 striker against 2 tank hunters, especially if they got double RPG upgrades. He's not going to be able to stand up a fight. So, you know, then his rifles or whatever infantry which is at that front at that time is going to have to retreat, and then he can regain territory. But actually, I do think Jim is doing a very good job here. He did a 2-pronged attack, but he then managed to reinforce in the center as well, from doing a small engagement on the right side only, just to leave that side and go reinforce in the center. And the RPG guy, the tank hunters are now trying to chase the mortar half-track, but nicely microed backwards from Sandland. Let's see if he gets a shot in. There's one
a big
very
hit,
nice hit.
Yeah, big hit. But now the shotguns are here, and they're just like, it's like having a double Shrek Grens get chased down by a flamer. It's just not a nice place to be.
Yeah,
now, one stripe of veterancy,
yeah. Well.
Hopefully defensive veterancy. It's the only thing that makes sense, if you ask me. Sniper's still alive from Jim. Yeah, it hasn't fired very recently, has it? It's only 6 kills.
No, it's he was actually scouting with it, just behind the big bushes there, the hedges on the right side of the map, and he was just scouting and see what forces were there. So Jim could know if he needed to send his tank hunters there, or if he needed to send them to the left when he did that 2-front attack, 2-pronged attack.
Makes sense.
He's regaining some territory now. He's gonna get the 10 field probably before being chased off with the striker and the rifles. There we go. So he's got a little bit more of a healthy income, because he's been lacking the fuel to build any main battle tanks. But now he's got 78 in the bank with a 21 income, which is going to enable him to build his first main battle tank. The manpower is not so much of a problem for him. He's been floating around 300-400 manpower for quite a time, and he's only been forced to reinforce very small amounts of men. So yeah, he's going to battle tank, and that's really going to put Sandland on the back foot, because the only AT he has is, well, he can get 8 rifles, and maybe, you know, tow missiles, and the Bradley can do something. but the main battle tank is going to win over the Bradley.
Yeah, easily. I was just admiring the Bradley as it popped out there. I mean, what Sandland's doing right now, it's a bit like sort of getting an Ostwind when your opponent's just built his tank depot. Because pretty much anything that Jim builds out of that, or at least if he builds a main battle tank, which he is going to do, it's gonna hurt Sandland for his over-aggressiveness.
MG goes down on retreat.
Oh no, that's unlucky. That's very unlucky. That's the first unit lost by Jim, I think. Oh no, he lost the ATMP earlier on, didn't he? But still pretty, I mean, considering that he lost an awful lot of map control, he managed to retain most of his units, which I think is commendable.
Yeah, he didn't throw them away in some stupid engagements just to regain, you know, one territory from desperation or something. But I do think that Sandland is really pushing his Bradley a little bit too far. He knows there's 2 tank hunters on the field, and you know they're not that capable against the frontal armor of the Bradley, but against the rare armor, if he goes into the base, he gets stuck behind buildings and stuff.
I mean, not mines that will actually crit him.
And here's the first tank for Jim as well out now. This Bradley is gonna have trying to combat this. We do have a nicely placed bunker from Jim as well, guarding the bottom VP outside of his base, because he desperately needs VPs. He's down below 200 now.
And here is the MBT. The MBT doesn't know what to shoot at. There's so many vehicles, so much potential prey. But he's a little bit stuck now. Oh, now he could get some nice rear armor hits off on this Bradley here. But he chooses not to. He actually mixes his targets. That was a fatal mistake. He could have taken the Bradley there.
An attack move.
Ah, yeah, it could have been.
Must have been an attack move or something. And the one that hit the mortar half track might have been a scatter or something.
Maybe.
I think he was targeting the striker because it was very damaged. We do have some regulars on the right side, a small engagement at the same time as this middle engagement going on with these rifles with the saw and grenade upgrade against this tank and the double flamers. Double flamers really pouring on the hurt on the rifles, and Sandland decides to retreat instead of taking casualties, saving his manpower. What's his resources look like?
Pretty good. He just spent all of his fuel on something, which was a... I don't know, it's like it finished building, but... I don't know. Oh no, he's building himself the good version of the Striker AT. He's not getting himself the Striker missile launcher.
Mobile
he's getting
gun,
himself the mobile gun system. Yeah, the big sort of Geschutzwagen type thing.
Yep. But he has a turret.
He's also getting, yeah, it does have a turret. It does have a mobile turret, and he's also getting the repairs upgrade from the tank depot, from the armor headquarters, which we haven't seen before. But basically, it turns this. You'll see these guys, little mechanics, going to work.
Repair bunker.
Yeah, it's like a repair bunker. I don't know what the range is, whether it's the same as a repair bunker or more or less. Devs can probably fill us in on that. But it's well, it's pretty handy if you're rocking lots of vehicles, which Sandland is. And Sandland has gone for the overwhelming firepower, which is 50 munitions to boost fire rate and suppression resistance while reducing accuracy ability, which I believe is in the urban warfare, the Green Beret tree. So hopefully we'll be seeing those MP5s of death cloaking around the map soon enough.
Oh god. The pea shooter is killing everything.
All your men are dead.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how fast it goes. It goes, I win.
They are something to be scared of. Sandland really wants to get this this other VP. He actually he lost the middle VP there to Jim momentarily. He's probably going to take that back now. Jim's sniper is... Where is Jim's sniper? It's being a little overcautious for my taste. I think he needs to get some more kills on there. There's only 7 kills, Vet 1. He could really be plugging away at these rifles.
He probably also to choose a doctrine. Yeah, he needs to shoe on the manpower of the rifles. Because Sandland has taken, you know, very minimal casualties and actually gone back at base and probably had the passive heal as well, maybe. But he really needs to start raking in the manpower damage, because otherwise, you know, the American armor, at least, you know, the Abrams and stuff, if he ticks up or gets enough points to get that, Jim's gonna be in a bad place.
Yeah, he needs... yeah, it's another mine goes off, but it was an anti-personnel mine, no crit there, just a little bit of damage done to the mobile gun system there on that Striker. RPG teams are in position. Well, I'll tell you what I actually want to see. There's one PLA doctrine that we haven't yet seen either today or on Sunday yet. Allows your PLA infantry to cloak in cover. All PLA infantry to cloak in cover. That's a badass one. It is 3 CPs though. There's some nasty mortar rounds coming in. Sandland are really applying the hurt now with these shotguns and rifle combinations. He's gone for sort of a lot of rifle upgrades. That's been most of his resource income spent so far. He's got saws, 2 swords and no, 3 swords, 3 sword rifles, and 1 grenade launcher rifle.
It's probably not a bad idea considering he only has the 3 squads. I do believe he went 3 rifles, 1 Humvee.
4 squads.
So those are his. He went 4 rifles. Are you sure?
He got another one fairly recently.
Massive crush with double tanks, crushing 4 riflemen. Only 1 man down, and the sniper actually misses the retreating rifle. He retreats over a mine and still lives. There's actually 2 guys in that squad. Now there's 1 guy.
No, it wasn't a unit getting finished off. But now this could be an interesting little push. Now I think Sandland knows he doesn't have the firepower. And Jim might take advantage of this. I'm looking forward to see some big tank battles coming up now.
Well, without the tow missile, he only has the mobile gun.
Well, there's a javelin.
System,
there's a javelin.
And a javelin. Yeah, but it's only 1.
Yeah,
it's not going to be enough
one.
against 2 tanks. It's going to take too long.
But there's no anti-infantry
and the
to
mortar
tackle the
half-track
javelin.
now. The mortar half-track now is in very large trouble. It's going to go down. The battle tanks are actually going to pursue him probably. Oh, he actually missed it.
Wow, that was unlucky. The javelin bounces.
Bounced, yeah.
That's unlucky. Second striker, one of the strikers, one of the MBTs gets vet 1. One of the strikers got damaged engine. He really wants to kill it off, but he might...
Tow missile. Oh, huge hit from the javelins on the main battle tank.
I don't know, guys. I saw that tower missile. I'll make sure to zoom in on it next time it flicks up. It's this little side bit just flicks up and it fires a rocket. I'll make sure to get zoom in next time that happens.
At the same time, small engagement on the left side where some militia and flamers forced off our rifle squad. And he's also regaining territory on the right.
Munitions OP.
Oh, OP his munitions.
Yeah.
It's not a bad idea, I think. He's got 6 CPs now, though.
I remember, isn't Jim the guy who was like, never chose a doctrine when we did that big 2v2 clusterfuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big matches.
Yeah. That was weird.
He does actually like saving up, I guess, so he can just instantly unlock something. And I guess if there's nothing in, early in a doctrine tree that he actually likes or thinks he's gonna use, I guess it's not, the worst idea in the world to choose it when you actually need it. But don't you actually gain at a slower rate if you have not
the more you
spent any?
stockpile, the slower the rate gains, so you are sort of hurting yourself. But obviously if you choose it too early, then you might not have what you need to counter whatever your opponents bring into the field. Especially with PLA, all 3 of the doctrines are quite well balanced, and you might need any one of them. Unlike US, where it's just like, I like having units that cloak and kill everything.
I'll take that, and I like some veterancy as well. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Now these regulars are actually packing an RPG.
Bradley is now in pursuit. He's probably going to tow missile the main battle tank. The RPGs takes 3 shots out, and 1 only hits the Bradley. The main battle tank might take it out. There it goes.
Vet 2.
But the striker is also in pursuit. No, he's actually turning around. There's too many RPGs for him to handle.
He knows he might lose
He does have
it.
the cage armor. Cage armor makes it more resilient against handheld AT, but
damaged engine.
These RPG guys are really raking it in for Jim this game.
Militia squad went down on the right hand side.
To be honest. That's another unit down Jim then.
Sniper finally takes a shot after a long hiatus. Long break.
It has been chilling out. Drinking tea and, I don't know.
Doing whatever.
Another main battle tank is built for Jim.
Yeah, 2 MPTs. These MPTs were, I mean, they really packed quite a punch there, didn't they? Against, they were sniping infantry pretty well. They sort of remind me of the Panther a little bit, just not quite as sturdy and a bit cheaper.
Yeah,
they're a bit more affordable.
Is very reliable against, anything almost except for the Abrams. The Bradleys get penetrated on the front quite easily. All the strikers are fairly lowly armored and get penetrated by main battle tanks. But I don't have that much health, and they're fairly well armored as well themselves. They're not Abrams or the CDC, whatever number it is, the super battle tank.
Oh yeah.
Or the Type 96 or whatever it's called.
That other doctrinal tank. Yeah, no, that thing's pretty cool. That's long and thin and slightly
I like the
strange,
other one better though. I think it's called
what,
CTC.
the proper super tank?
Yeah.
Super tank no, the like the KT type unit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That thing is badass.
The shot. Oh,
there's a nice nade.
Down.
Oh, very
he might
nice.
lose the javelin team if he doesn't retreat.
He can't retreat because
Oh,
wow. I thought
That
maybe
was
he
a
couldn't retreat, but
bad
actually
loss.
he did at the last second. He did retreat,
Yeah.
but he lost the squad, so that must have just been a lapse in concentration for Sandland. He's gonna regret that now. He does still have another Javelin team, so he's not totally without handheld AT, but there's a bit of
No, he only has the
self-mortar.
The strikers are good. They're fairly good. They're gonna bounce on the front battle tanks now and then. But the main issue is, you know, even with the COH armor, if you get
Check
too
out
many
these strikers.
RPGs on
Double
you,
strikers going for the MBT now. It's double vet. Two shots, they both bounce.
Double vet. And there's the rare hit RPGs doing excellent damage against these strikers. I think Sandland is basically he's doing a bad maneuver here. He's getting greedy. He's trying to get a killing shot. He just wants the tank out of the game.
He's really trying hard to kill it, but he's not managing to kill it. It's going to get repaired once again. It's still at vet 2 now. He lost one of the strikers in that effort to try and kill it, and he could lose the second one. That would be a huge loss for him.
He gets around the bush.
And now double defensive vet on these riflemen from Sandland. They're going to be very, very tough to kill now.
Yeah, they get so beastly.
Although I am just thinking now, it might be more sensible. I mean, they're a bit like G43 units in that they sort of, you know, you're going to keep them at long range most of the time. So it would probably make more sense to actually give him like double offensive, triple offensive vet.
Yeah, maybe, I guess.
Especially
Another
if you're...
engineer is built for Jim, probably for repairing purposes.
Yeah, he wants to salvage that vet too.
He lost one of the flamers, so he needs to repair the vet 2 one. The veterancy is actually what's going to win him the game at this point, because unit-wise, they're pretty much on par. They've lost a vehicle here and there, both of the players, and they've lost like an infantry squad here and there. But I do believe Jim has actually lost more. He lost a militia, he lost a flamer, he lost one of the tank hunters as well, I think.
Well, Sandland's army has definitely decreased from what it was before. He lost a rifle at some point in those engagements, so he's down to 3 again. And he's got only a single striker mobile gun system. But he is now waiting for the Abrams, and there's a good reason why he ignored getting the Green Berets. Probably because he didn't need them. He decided to go purely down the Abrams tree, and now he's rushing for the Abrams. He's got it unlocked, and he needs another 2 minutes to get the manpower for it. But when it hits, that thing is going to be beast. These MBTs won't know what hit them, even if they are vet 2 and vet 1 respectively.
Yeah, the MBT is not going to have much of a fight again. They're going to be able to tango with it for a little while, but eventually they'll probably both lose. But with the RPG backup, if Jim can just overwhelm his infantry, so Sandland doesn't have any infantry backup himself, he's going to be able to overwhelm them with all the handheld AT.
Oh, there's 84 rocket launchers on those rifles! He's unloading one of the rifle squads. Oh, he just got out of range. No, he does manage to fire it off. One of them goes off. He wanted to try and fire 2 of them. That would have finished it off. And that would have taught Jim to stay away from rifles. But sadly, he did not manage to get the kill.
Yeah,
Now he's
they're
got some
basically
militia.
like Panzerfausts. They're similar as well. It's one use, you pay for use, and they do, you know, very good penetration.
Wow, those
And good
militia got
damage as well.
fucked up quite badly.
Yeah,
I mean, they were in
saw,
green
did you
cover,
see?
and it was
You
just
saw when
like...
the saw opened up on one of the men, he just dropped to the ground instantly.
I think these rifles were actually... I don't know who's going to win this, actually. Regulars are very good at long range, better at long range than rifles, but the rifles have a saw
In
and one
green
striker
cover.
vet, so... Yeah, and in green
And
cover, so
green
they're probably
cover
going to
as
win
well.
this fight.
It's gonna take a while though.
Yeah.
Sandland now trying to build a tow missile emplacement as well at the middle VP just to protect him against the main battle tanks.
Now that
He
is an
jumped,
interesting
gets it
development.
up in time, thinking it's completed. There it is!
There's one here, bounce though.
Yeah, no penetration.
Oh, that one hit though. That was a javelin. Whoa, what the hell? That was an epic range on that javelin. Look at that range.
Oh, regulars go down on red. 2 shotguns and saw, I think. Or a grenade launcher on the right. Very, very even game, but Jim is definitely losing more units at this time of the game, and Sandland is, you know, except for that little foolish attack he did with the double strikers against the main battle tank, the vet 2 one that he just desperately tried to finish off. He's pretty good.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah, he's
taking
in a good
taking
position.
the comb, got a mortar half track, just defending the middle VP, and he's got the tow missile in place as well now. So he needs to go, Jim needs to go either ninja the one on the far right and just leave the middle B with the mortar half track and the tow missile emplacement back up there. Or like infantry serve it as fast as possible, because the striker can't really handle it and his rifles are split up a little bit, so he's not going to be able to reinforce it quickly enough probably.
The rifles are going to be the toughest thing for him to break, especially with that fire support vehicle there, which I believe he can reinforce from. So he's going to have a very tough time breaking that now tower missile reinforced position there in the middle. That tower missile launcher is pretty potent, but as you saw, it did bounce on the front of the MBT, so it's not like it's no pack, but it is the closest thing to for the US faction. They don't actually have an AT gun. They rely on vehicles and tower missiles and stuff like that. Only 100 manpower now away from the Abrams.
Sniper goes down to a
Oh wow!
That was lucky. One stray shell just randomly hits him on the head.
That was unlucky. Jim's really running out of VPs now. He really needs some VPs very, very soon. Otherwise, he is going to lose this game. Hopefully, we get to see the Abrams before that he does, though. He's trying to load his
Jim is
rifles,
floating almost 10 CPs right now, so he might actually be able to unlock his own super tank. But the problem is manpower, as he has had to rebuild, engineer and main battle tanks.
Yeah, we're going to see the Abrams Tusk pop out any second now, I think. You've got the manpower. There it is. There's the Abrams Tusk. It's got armaments of more guns than I can scarcely describe. And it's got a big-ass load of armor and health. It's a very, very tough cookie to crack, as they say, and these MBTs just won't stand up to it. Double flamers now, so it looks like Jim's going to make a final assault on this North VP.
And Abrams there to greet him, even if his engineers just hit the Vet 2 with the flamers. Here comes the two main battle tanks. Tow missile and Paisley can't help you now, but the strikers and the javelin teams can.
He's going to try and give chase now, I think. Oh, now come the strikers from the flank as well. Supported by rifles with the benefit of AT-4 rocket launchers. They can do a lot of damage. Abrams zerging its way across the river now. Jim is going to be able to decap the northern VP.
Oh yeah, his second flavor.
Yeah, he managed to ninja through. Abrams just bounced everything like a trooper. Yeah. What a hit! What a hit! 84 going in as well. Sniper now opening up on the rifles. Abrams really wants to go in for the kill now, and I think he's going to succeed. There just isn't enough AT to stop him. Wow, look at all those bounces. Everything's bouncing on that frontal armor.
On the Abrams.
Absolutely
everything.
Everything.
Taking quite a lot of damage though, down to 60% health or so, but he is annihilating all the infantry now. And with 28 VPs for Jim only, with the 2 VPs now ticked, his engineers forced off in the north, bright grenade launcher, rifles. It's gonna, Sandland's going to be able to reclaim that VP and probably finish the game.
Yeah, Javelin set up in a weird location, but he's probably going to be able to get out of there. But yeah, the Abrams is just too tough for Jim to crack at this late point in the game. But he has... The crucial thing is, remember, this is a tournament, and in a game where faction choice can be very important, not just because of personal choices, but, you know, for whatever reason. Jim's doing a good job of trying to keep the VPs, get them down as low as possible on Sandland, because he knows that, at least now he knows a benchmark to aim for.
Oh, sniper goes down to Abrams!
Oh, wow.
Goodbye, sniper.
That was unlucky. Is this another MBT, or is it... Yep, there's another MBT. 3 MBTs now.
Another one, yeah. He's repairing the other 2 in his base, the Vet 2 one.
I don't even know if 3 MBTs can take on the Tusk, though. Like, I don't know, it's got to be a tough...
It's damaged.
Yeah, maybe
he might have a chance, yeah.
But again, the MBTs, one of them is down to 20% health. It looks like he might try and send in... Yeah, he's going to try and send him in. This is going to be the final battle of the game, I think. He doesn't really have a choice. He has to go in, go big, or go home.
Now.
Yeah. He needs him badly. Javelin's already set up, though, in its vertical firing position. Worth saying, though, it doesn't need to set up. It can fire horizontally like a Panzerschreck, but he is going to fire it vertically. But it does actually miss.
Get unlucky and miss.
Yeah. Wow, so much damage.
Might use the rocket launcher.
Yeah, there it is. There's one hit.
Hits.
The other rifle squad's going to go in with the AT-4, and he fires it, and down goes an MBT.
Oh, rocket barrage going in from Jim on the Abrams, actually destroying it. The Abrams goes down to the rocket barrage.
Oh my god.
The PHL-03 rocket barrage. 200 munitions. It's seriously powerful.
It's seriously powerful. Think of the 200mm rocket barrage in Vico.
Oh, there's the VP drain stop. The center VP is taken by some flamer engines and tank hunters.
But there's an MG nest covering it. He's not going to be able to... He's going to have a very hard time actually getting the proper cap now. The strikers now find themselves on their own. There's no real anti-infantry around here. One of the strikers goes down. There's only one striker left.
And here's the main battle tank for Jim trying to take out the mortar half track. Was that a misfire, or did he just miss or bounce?
That was a misfire, I think, because the mortar half track just backed around a hedge. He does get one more shot off though. He's going desperately for the decap now. He might just be able to nick the decap in the nick of time. Down goes the Mortar track. The Tau missile emplacement is the only AT now standing.
The drain is gone at 3 VPs. Is Jim gonna be able to reclaim this game into his favor?
Oh
I'm
no,
not sure.
a Minesweeper engineer from Sandland just goes down to an RPG, gets sniped by an RPG and goes down. That's one less unit for Sandland. Sandland has almost no army left. He has only one striker and one javelin team for AT now. And what's that? What? Oh, it's the sound of an MG firing. Oh, nice use of smoke popped here. Down on this bottom VP. Sandland going for the ninja cap.
Sandland
Going for the ninja cap.
VP, yeah.
With the smoke as well. That was very nice. He's actually got a triple defensive vet on that squad. He's going to get pushed though. But not before he gets the cap. And he actually finishes off the squad.
Gets a vet 3 as well. But he manages to decap the middle and capturing.
And if you're wondering why that squad suddenly got Vet 3, I was wondering it for a moment as well. You can spend 100 munitions to boost the veterancy level by 2 levels of any infantry squad in this doctrine tree. So he probably just did it so that he would be even more tough when he went for the cap. That's brilliant. Wow, what a game! What a game! It really heated up in the last few moments there.
Oh yeah, that was extremely well played from both parties. Jim just got a little bit more unlucky with, losing a few squads here and there and losing something on retreat and some, there were pretty bad engagement at some points, but mainly both players were doing really well. Sandland did the same thing. He threw in both strikers against that damaged Vet 2 MBT and both strikers.
It was just getting greedy,
so
wasn't it?
from both players. And a little bit of luck from both as well.
Yeah, but I think what this does show is that we're going to be in for a great final tonight. That was game 1 of the final. 1 game to Sandland. We're now going to be heading into game 2. Sides will be switched. We'll be heading back into this game with a 1-0 advantage to Sandland very shortly. We're just going to take a very quick break while we switch over to the replays.